Today I'm working at our queen yard that we're setting up. We live in St. Petersburg, Florida, and it's a great place to keep bees. We have not only the native plants there that bloom, but we also have so much imported landscaping and blooming plants that our bees really do well. They seem to get nectar when there's not nectar in other places in Florida, but one of the downsides is there's so many feral bees there, and it's just really hard to keep the genetics clean if you're mating queens in that area. We do have Africanized bees in the St. Petersburg, Tampa Bay area. And so we're setting up a queen breeding yard in North Hernando County. I got 6.5 acres up here, and it's not as great of a place for keeping bees. There are a lot of dearths where there's no nectar coming in later in the summer, throughout the fall and the winter. But not a lot of feral bees survive up here. And so it allows us to keep bees up here. We do have to feed, as you see the feeders on top, supplementally, and we're able to breed our queens up here and control the genetics a lot more with what drones are mating with. And so today we are going through some nucleus colonies that we're getting ready to sell. Also going to be placing some queen cells that we got ripe in our starter colony in some splits today, and just a lot of random stuff. So just wanted to show you a little bit of this yard and what we got going on as we're getting a queen breeding program set up here. These are some 4-way mating nukes that I got from Dadant last year, and there's 4 different areas, sections for splits to be made, and I just made these splits yesterday. We're going to put queen cells in them today. We got 6 of these boxes total, with 4 each, so we got 24 queens to possibly get mated. And so that's one of the things we're going to be doing today, is getting queen cells in there and then coming back in about 3 weeks to see how many successfully were mated. Here we got a bunch of splits we made a few weeks ago, and I've been buying mated queens from certified queen breeders, just trying to get a clean stock up here to start our breeding program with. And so these are all Italian queens, really gentle bees that you can work without even a veil. So I'm really excited about getting these genetics into our bee yards. And pretty much everything is, I went through them yesterday, everything's queen right. They're looking good. I think we got, I don't know, around 30 nukes here. And a little further down the driveway here, we got another 20 nucleus colonies. And these are nukes I bought last week. I wasn't really planning on buying nucleus colonies, but I did have some pre-sales, and I was late getting my mated queens for those. And so everything was a little bit behind, not quite ready for the sale date. And the inspector, the apiary inspector in this area, messaged me and said she was inspecting some really nice nucleus colonies. Most of these are 5 frames of brood. They're bursting at the seams, and the people who made them, really nice older couple from Romania, very good beekeepers. They had pre-sold 100 of them. The buyer fell through, only 60 got sold, and so I bought 20 of these and went through them yesterday, and they are looking awesome. And so I'm gonna split these up a little bit because they're too strong right now. They're gonna swarm, and then we're gonna sell some of these and then also keep some and get this stock into our apiary, because they are very nice bees. Another fun thing about coming up to the queen yard is we got some little pigs here penned up. These were in my backyard. They were getting too big, and so I brought them up here, and they have a little more space to run around and root. We got a feeder set up, going off 4 times a day for them. But I always, when I'm up here, I'll bring our scraps. The Urban Canning Company is giving me all their scraps too from their production, so I'm able to keep these pigs fat and happy. And it's always fun coming here, because as soon as they see me, they start running to the fence, squealing and jumping with joy. These are some of these nucleus colonies that are bursting at the seams, 5 frames just packed with brood. And so I'm putting them down to 3 frames of brood, a frame of nectar in each one, and then also a frame of drawn comb for the queen to keep laying. Trying to keep these from swarming and get them to the right size for a nucleus colony. And then I'm taking 2 frames of brood, putting them in these boxes right next to it, and gonna put a queen cell in these and make splits off all these really strong nucleus colonies. I'm also trying to find the queens in these colonies that are getting ready to be sold, and I'm marking them. It's hard to find them sometimes in these really strong colonies. And I'm just gonna, hard to do this with my left hand. There she is. Beautiful queen. She is laying like a champ. Here's one of our new Italian queens here. Very light queen, very pretty. She's laying eggs quite nicely in here. Well, I got all my splits made up. Now I'm getting ready to pull the grafting frame here. This is where I got my queen cells. I'm gonna place these cells, and the sound got messed up on the clip when I pulled the grafting frame out of the hive, and so I just wanted to show you what had happened. I had a virgin queen hatch early and chewed out a bunch of these cells. There's the culprit. That little virgin queen right there hatched early and began killing the other queen cells. I was able to get to, I think, about 31 of them before she got them all, but I had 45 cells here yesterday, and I'm just putting these queen cells in cell protectors and placing them in these mating nuke sections. These are the ones that push into the actual comb. So that's how I'm setting all these mating nukes up. Here's one of my Carniolan breeder queens here. I got her from California last year. She never swarmed. They make a lot of honey and they're super calm. This is a really strong colony here, double deep, and I didn't even use smoke to open it, and they are calm as can be. It's hard to find these dark queens though, they'll disappear on you. Her red paint is wearing off too. Hopefully I'll make a bunch of daughter queens off her this year. My main goal for this yard is just to clean up my genetics. I got a lot of just random mutt bees down in Pinellas County, St. Petersburg area, and so this year we're going to be mating all of our queens up here. We're running Italian and Carniolan breeders from Certified Queen Breeders, and so we're just trying to get some more consistency. I don't like it when I'm managing a lot of colonies, when I have a lot of different random genetics, because you got to kind of manage everything a little differently, case by case with each colony. And so if we're able to run, you know, a couple lines of queens, we're going to kind of even everything out as far as genetics go, temperament, and also, you know, keeping bees in the city, in backyards, residential areas. I just want to make sure I got the most gentle bees that I can have, and so this is going to help us just calm everything down and just keep everything more consistent.